Hello, everyone. Welcome to OurVentura TV. I'm Sandra Siepak. I'd like to introduce our guest for today. She is Karen Fraser, Executive Director of the nonprofit home organization here in Ventura County. Thank you so much, Karen, for joining us.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity, Sandra.
Great. I'd like to hear more about the home organization and all that you do for many people here in Ventura County.
Sure, would love to tell you. HOME actually stands for Housing Opportunities Made Easier.
Okay.
And we are a nonprofit. We were started, weirdly so, 23 years ago as a housing committee from Visita, basically local businesses that were recognizing the need and the importance of housing to our local economic health. We became our own entity in 2006 with a mission to promote a diversity or range of housing opportunities. So we do this, our annual housing conference and forums provide these opportunities for people to discuss and educate and advocate for a range or a diversity of housing solutions.
Okay.
HOME is a resource for industry, primarily showcasing new innovations, facilitating collaborations, and discussing issues and solutions. We basically push for changes that make housing more affordable and more accessible and improves the construction, the approval process, and the financing. It brings a mix of professionals together to address very local issues. So it's a little bit about what we do.
Good. And that's a big help to so many people right now. We've got a lot of people struggling, a lot of people losing housing that are going to be looking for housing. So they need a good resource to go to and to get more information. How do you help people that are really struggling? They need help. And
I hear, from a lot of these.
Right.
I hear from a lot of these people. And unfortunately, we don't own or manage any housing, but we do work closely with those that we do. So through our programs, like I said, we educate and advocate for changes that make housing more affordable and accessible by design and by the process, the construction methods. And then we're a resource for industry and especially the municipal, the staff, our city council leaders for the types of changes that need to be made. If you're experiencing housing issues, I really do try to help. You need to be patient and persistent. We have housing shortages at every single level, but especially at the more affordable, both purchase and rentals.
Okay.
Ventura County was recently named the #1 least affordable place in the nation. This is not something we want to aspire to. We're trying to change and correct that. So there are a lot of resources. If you are experiencing homelessness, your first stop is to use that 211 hotline. And the County Human Services Agency, they have a wonderful resource guide you can even download. There is a lot, there's a huge wait list to get on any kind of public and Section 8 housing. That kind of housing is important, it's vital, but it's primarily should be used as short term. Really to build long-term financial wealth, you should look to purchase. And there's lots of ways people can purchase homes. Ventura County Community Development Corp, vccdc.org, has a lot of programs and resources. And then there's programs through like Habitat for Humanity, People Self-Help Housing, and Land Trust issues. We're really trying to, this next year, reach out more to the general public and bring them in and engage them in these conversations and discussions. They really need to be at the table.
I think, what you mentioned was that there is a shortage. There's a shortage of housing out there to begin with, which makes it a little bit more difficult to find the best housing for your situation. So I know that in what you're doing is making hopefully a big difference to many people out there.
Yeah, we've promoted for things like tiny homes,
Right.
modular homes, more duplex, quads, things that are
Right.
considered missing middle.
Right.
And slowly we're starting to see that in our county. And the more all of us are at the table and advocating for this
Okay.
kind of issue, we have SOAR, which limits the land available for housing.
Okay.
And I'm a big proponent of that, but it does limit, which means we need to do density, we need to do infill if we want to also keep our open space and agricultural resources.
Okay.
And so, yes, just coming, all of our programs, our forums and conference are open to the general public. We're going to be doing some more this year in local areas, specifically question and answer about housing, with some local officials that we really want the general public to come to. Educate yourself with the facts and different viewpoints. Housing, it can be a hot button issue, can be very emotional. And so we just ask people to be respectful and learn and go back to compromise. We're not all going to get our way all the time. We need to work on solutions together.
Right. It might not be the ideal situation. And as you said, sometimes, you may not find what you're looking for per se, but at least to get housing and to be in a situation where you're not unhoused, I think that really helps.
Yeah. Yeah. We're trying to find and determine what our housing needs are, in fact, in the county. We've started a housing survey. There's a link on our website. That's VC for Ventura County, home, HOME.org.
Okay.
And there's a link to that. It's a short little survey, but it'll ask you what your current housing situation is and what you're aspiring to in the next 5 years or so. That is a missing piece of data that we actually really need to have in order to figure out what kind of homes we need to be building and what our gap is.
Right.
So I encourage everyone to go to that too.
And helps in your organization to get out there and speak to individuals who are doing the building and making those decisions to better inform them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Something we've done in the past is we've spun off a couple of new nonprofits that can respond. We're kind of small and flexible in that way, and we can be that incubator for these new nonprofits. Okay. We're doing one right now in partnership with the Contractors Association, VCCA.
All right.
And this is going to be helping middle school and high school kids explore the building trades and then help train, do some pre-apprenticeship training programs, encouraging people to get involved in skilled labor. We have a serious labor shortage. Yeah, it's hampering our ability to construct homes at this point. So it's good paying jobs too. So you can live here and work here. Yay.
Well, if you can share the website one more time as we come to the close of the show, I'd like to have you give viewers that information again.
Sure. It's VC Home. So Ventura County Home, vchome.org.
Okay. Very good. Well, Karen Fraser, Executive Director of the nonprofit home organization here in Ventura County. Thank you so much for sharing all about your organization with viewers and giving them a helping hand in the housing situation that they may be in.
We appreciate that. Thanks for the opportunity.
Very good. And thank all of you for joining us today on Our Ventura TV. I'm Sandra Siepak. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, everyone.